Hey Dave, so let's check this out, buddy. You're doing everything right in terms of your vertex, okay? So you're doing your vertical shift up and down, and you're doing your horizontal left and right, and that's cool. Now, to make sure that you have the proper amount of spread on this thing, what we should do is really pick a point. Pick a value of x, and then evaluate this function. That's the function that we're starting with here, g of x equals all that mess. Evaluate that function at that value of x. So I'm going to pick 0 just because it makes the math easy. So we're going to see what happens right here at x equals 0. I'm going to evaluate this function at 0, just sub it in, replace it for x, and do order of operations. So in the brackets, 0 plus 2 is 2, square the 2, 4 times 4 is 16, take away 4 gives us 12. So what this means, I picked the x value of 0. We found that that value is 12. So we should expect to see that graph. Now the vertex where you put it is great, you know, down 4, and then you go to the left 2 units. That's great. But to make sure you have the right spread, the line of this graph should go through this point, 0 and 12. So when you're doing that, you're going through, it'll tell you up here what point you're going through. So just mess around with that, take your finger, put it on 0 and 12. Now, in this case, that's kind of a bad number to pick because we only go up to 10. So we might have to pick a different value, 0. I always pick 0 just because it's easy, but maybe looking at your graph now, maybe we should do like -1 or -2, figure out what's going on at those points right there. So maybe try -1, sub it in right here. -1 plus 2 is 1, 1 squared, 4 times 1 is 4. That's going to give you 0. So -1 and 0, so I would expect it to go through -1 and 0 right there. So that'll tell you how much spread to have. Just pick a point, make the math easy, 0, 1, -1 if you have to, and make sure your graph goes through that point, and that'll give you the correct spread every time. Okay, I hope that helps. If it doesn't, let me know.